The best part of having a mag mount for the camera is I can move. That's a heater. The garage is still freezing. So I'm just trying to do my best to stay warm. My hands are kind of numb, so I'm just trying to warm up the best I can. If you watched all of yesterday's video, then let's kind of carry on, I guess, where we left off in some senses. The last number that you saw was the number 3. In the spiritual realm, 3 represents completion, which was also in that unique little clip right after, my brother had asked me that question. Not trying to get too deep into that world because that's not what this is about at this point. We're really just going through the videos and how, they kind of apply to my life at the time. In this next 3 videos, actually one of them isn't technically a food challenge, it was just a fitness challenge, but you can already start to see I'm taking a different direction than the standard eating challenges, competitive eaters, because I know it's just not even my specialty, but it's just not gonna get an audience and it's not really what I wanna do. It's opposing the person that I am. And that's what I realized. I need to be more of who I am and to continue in that direction. So what I had ended up doing was the milk gallon challenge because someone had actually made a comment about it. I think it was when I did the chip video and had the half a gallon. They mentioned trying the 1 gallon. And actually that was kind of the entry kind of staple for, someone to try out. It was a challenge from a long time ago, decades. And there was science behind of why you couldn't do it. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna take this milk gallon challenge on. But I actually had to prepare for that for months in advance. And just in the same way, the fitness challenge, the track running, it was something I prepared for months because I had been practicing it and doing it. Now, where does the water challenge fit into that, or the fasting challenge? Because it was something else that I was trying to say improve on and do and change my diet and accommodate, this new lifestyle I had to take to do videos. Because there was days I'd have to just not eat in order to do challenges just to fit so much room, and especially if I was going to try and go bigger and better, because that's what people were asking me about. Okay, well, would you do this? Would you do this? All right, I had to start practicing how to fast and get used to that kind of life. So now I'm doing all this new direction, trying to fit it into my life somehow. So these 3 videos kind of all fit together, in my opinion, just because they were showing I was changing direction, changing my lifestyle, changing a lot about what made me healthy, and I was becoming unhealthy. And in that sense of where I was, but I had new goals, and that's what's important too in this whole message. And a lot of the things that I talk about in terms of being more healthy is that you have to figure out what works for you. And there's just sometimes we have to change and adapt and be flexible. And I was in this box with my fitness. Now, I had kind of figured it out. And as I was, doing this little journey and kind of, I know what it takes and I know how to make meals. And I know, there was so much good stuff I wanted to share with the world. I was still in this mindset of my way works. This is what people need to understand. If you just make the meals, if you just cook, if you just work out, you can be just like me. I was still stuck in that mindset. Going on this food challenge journey, it taught me a lot of different things and I ironically had some, let's say, different school classes going to where I was learning more in the psychology of, eating disorders and body dysmorphia, all that different things. So I was also learning, and I was in school at the time of doing this stuff too. And as I'm kind of going through, each week, and this is getting harder, and I'm trying to take on all this content, it's like, how far can I push the human body? And these 3 challenges are, I think, they're representative of a few things. Number one, that you can push the human body pretty far. You have to work towards it though. You don't just jump into something, you have to take time and build up to it. Another thing that I would say for sure is that you're capable of doing probably more than you give yourself credit. And this was something too, I had never even imagined running, as fast as I did on that track, doing the gallon milk challenge, even the fasting, you could see I was in misery, but I finished it. It just showed the endurance I had. So I had a lot of capability and potential within. And that was also doing the content in my school. So I had my life very full. What ends up happening though, in doing all of these things, there's one inevitable that always comes, and it's burnout. It happens. And you could just see I was on the realm of burnout from doing all these other videos, pouring so much time in. And so this is like almost like a break to do just the content, because this is probably my least, say, entertaining content. There wasn't a whole lot to any of these videos. They were pretty basic. Would I redo any of them again? Well, I did mention 2 of them I probably would. I said I would do maybe chocolate milk the next time. And The fasting, I said never again, but that's not true. I could probably go longer now just because, you know, if I kind of understand more about how the body works and different responses. And I've, you know, I tried a bunch of different things. And then when it came to my track run, you know, is something that I've always wanted to break 6 minutes. I still have that in the back of my mind. So that's something I might try again too. So kind of the last point I really want to make about this, especially because I did 3 videos, is there's one thing that's missing in all of these, and it's other people. And that's kind of where I learned is like, okay, challenges is a lonely game. It's something that's not really made for me. I need to be around people. I love people. Like, I don't want to be alone. That's not who I am.